Hi, and good afternoon. Ray Evans here. Hey, just a couple of things I wanted to cover today. One, from a planning perspective, June 23rd, the IRS announced that if you have taken out what you thought was a required distribution from your IRA this year, and you want to actually pay it back to your IRA with no taxation incurred, you can actually do that through August 31st of this year. You may recall earlier in the year, upon the onset of COVID, that the IRS said you don't have to have any required distributions for the year 2020. But if you want to put money back in your IRA that you took out maybe in January and February, you only had a 60-day window to put that back. So they've made that window August 31st. So that's a good thing. We've been calling some of our clients who still have time to do that now. So that's good. Number two, we're going to talk a little bit about some things that we think are key moving forward from a tactical basis on the investment front. And so it is pretty interesting as you sit there and examine what industries have clearly benefited from the stay-at-home theme that we have moving forward. It is obviously pretty true that e-commerce, mobile payments, video streaming services, all those kinds of things have soared in popularity, and they've really occasionally pushed the limits of technology. It's interesting that Amazon, Netflix, YouTube, and other streaming platforms actually had to announce that they were reducing their video quality in some regions to avoid breaking the internet. So these levels of online activity are going to moderate, but clearly the pandemic is going to be a catalyst, I think, for even stronger e-commerce growth in the years ahead. And I saw this data last week, and I found it to be pretty surprising that there is this much room for e-commerce growth and the digitization of mobile payments moving forward. It's interesting that in China and India, about 30 to 35% of all payments are made up from a mobile standpoint. In the United States, only 9%, and in Great Britain, only 7%. And really, even after this period of tremendous growth in e-commerce, in the United States, e-commerce still only represents about 12% total of retail sales. So certainly we think there is tremendous upside for those kinds of ideas. Certainly there's tremendous upside for e-commerce growth, and I think you're going to see that exaggerated to an even greater degree as we sit there, potentially have a second wave, potentially have to work more from home. The demand for cloud-based services, those kinds of things will continue to increase. And with that, we think e-commerce accelerates at an even faster pace than it has been over the last 4 or 5 years. If you'd like a white paper that we've developed on e-commerce trends, not just in retail sales, be sure to give us a shout. ray.evans@pegasuskc.com. We'll get that in your hands shortly. Thanks very much. You all stay safe. Look forward to visiting soon. Take care.